Oftentimes in populated cities, you will see homeless people on the streets struggling to make do. Hundreds of people walk past them, not even acknowledging their presence. Others will take the time and give them some change. However, there are very few that will go above and beyond to completely change these people's lives. There have been numerous viral stories in which Good Samaritans have helped the homeless in unimaginable ways, like using Amazon Price and extreme couponing. With every story, viewers cannot help it but feel that gut-wrenching and heartwarming emotion. Here are the 7 most heartwarming homeless stories. Police officer gives homeless man a haircut. In July 2018, police officer Tony Carlson was responding to a call near Thompson Road, Tallahassee, when he saw a homeless man struggling to shave his beard. After talking to the homeless man, Phil, for a bit, Officer Carlson learned that Phil had the intention of applying for a job at a nearby McDonald's, but his scruffy and wild facial hair would hinder his chances. Without giving it any thought, Officer Carlson assisted Phil and shaved his face for him. Nothing really special happened after this, and the officer left, and Phil went to his job interview. However, unbeknownst to them, an innocent bystander was watching and filmed the entire thing on their smartphone. When uploaded to the internet, the video immediately went viral. A few days later, Officer Carlson was out to dinner with his family when he ran into Phil again. He bought him a few cheeseburgers from McDonald's and had a conversation with Phil. With him was a copy of the local newspaper and a picture of Phil and Officer Carlson right on the front page. Ecstatic and full of excitement, Phil also told the policeman that he had spoken to the McDonald's manager and there was a position reserved for him as long as he provided proper identification and a social security card. Unfortunately, Phil didn't have either of these, but luckily, Officer Carlson had been contacted by Senator Marco Rubio's office. They saw the viral story and wanted to help the homeless man by finding and providing these documents. The simple gesture of helping a man shave led to a very viral story, and Marco Rubio personally helping Phil's cause. Homeless child experiment. YouTuber Matt TV uploaded a video in June 2018, and it was a social experiment in which a little girl appeared to be homeless and living on the streets. The girl was holding a cardboard sign reading, "Homeless and hungry. Please help," with a small styrofoam cup wedged between her feet. What we see for the first few minutes of the video is completely shocking. Almost every person that walks past the little girl does not even glance over. Most of them briskly walk by, completely avoiding the little girl altogether. There are a few that pause to take a look, but nothing more than peek over and continue to walk away. Then something wholesome and beautiful happens. A woman stops and looks at the girl. She leaves and then returns with food in hand. She sits down next to the girl and asks if she is homeless and where her parents are. The woman even gives the girl some money and offers whatever help she needs. After revealing to her that it is a social experiment to see how the public would react to a little girl being homeless, we learned that the woman is actually homeless herself. The creators of the video decided to give the woman $50 for being so kind-hearted and generous. They also offered her to take her food back and the little money they had gotten throughout the day, but she denied it. Instead, they took that food and extra money and found another homeless person to give it to. This viral video shows that homeless people also care about others in need, and that their hearts are not damaged or self-centered just because they are without a home. Using Amazon to help the homeless. Amazon Prime is so convenient in the fact that anything can be delivered within 2 days. In densely populated cities, however, things can be delivered instantaneously. YouTuber Rob Bliss demonstrated this perfectly in his viral video titled, "How to Hijack Amazon Prime Now for Good." The concept of the video is simple. Bliss would interact with homeless people in his city and see what they needed the most. Then, using his smartphone, he would order what they needed and set the delivery location for where the homeless person was. There would be special delivery instructions as well to ensure that each delivery was to the correct homeless person. There is a montage of various people unexpectedly receiving Amazon packages and them being happy like little kids on Christmas morning. The reactions captured by Bliss were so pure and heartwarming that the video went viral and made it on YouTube's trending page, inspiring thousands to do exactly what was done in the video. The message of the video was that in our day and age where everyone is busy and has to be somewhere always, there is little time to buy and give to the homeless what they want. By using new technology, specifically from Amazon, we can break this normality and help the homeless little by little. It's truly touching to see people in such tough living conditions open up a paper bag and seeing things that will make their lives increasingly better. Celebrity barber helps homeless. It may not seem like a whole lot, but a fresh, clean haircut means a lot to any homeless person. It gives confidence, cleanliness, and a sense of normality. Jason Schneidman, who is also known as the men's groomer, is a celebrity barber who also uses his skills and talents to help the homeless. Schneidman's brand and skills have allowed him to cut the hair of many celebrities, some of which include Bruno Mars, Rob Lowe, Jonah Hill, Hugh Jackman, and many more. Nonetheless, he still finds time throughout his busy schedule to hit the streets and cut the hair of the homeless. His desire to help the homeless originates from him going through his sobering process. During this time, he personally interacted with many addicts and was inspired to help the homeless and needy. Ever since that, he consistently has been visiting the streets of Los Angeles to change the lives of many lucky individuals. Stephen Hawking fed 50 homeless people on his funeral. The late Stephen Hawking was a renowned scientist that revolutionized astrophysics and science as we know it. A lot of people know him from this, but what a lot of people didn't know is that at his own funeral, he provided meals for 50 homeless people. At the Wesley Methodist Church, there was an arrangement for a 3-course Easter meal. It was revealed to these people at the church one day when representatives handed out notes that said, "Gift from Stephen." In addition to this, his daughter Lucy Hawking contacted Food Cycle Cambridge, which is the charity that sponsored and organized the meals for the homeless. It is assumed that the donation was a large sum because the spokeswoman would not reveal how much it was, but that in fact it would provide much more than meals for 50 people. There were various types of food that day, and everyone mourned and cheered for Hawking's successful life. Even after his death, Stephen Hawking found a way to impact the lives of individuals and make him seem even more genuine and wholesome. He will be forever known as a genius scientist, but there are people that will remember him for his generosity. Homeless man reunited with family. One of the saddest things about homeless people is that for the most part, they are all alone without any friends and family. People don't take the time to talk to the homeless and really learn about their past and what led them to be separated from their loved ones. But Dawn, from Little Rock, Arkansas, took the time to hear James, a homeless man's story. She was used to seeing him every day on her walk to work, and every so often, she would take some breaks and talk to him. One day in particular, she decided to get personal with him, and this is when she learned that James had been homeless for 15 years and has been trying to look for his family. From that moment forward, Dawn made it her mission to find James's family. She contacted her husband, Jody, and together they did a ton of research and sent out dozens of emails and phone calls until they finally heard back. In a phone call from James's niece, the woman was crying and saying that her uncle had been dead for 15 years. Dawn and Jody were able to debunk this statement, and they revealed that James, in fact, has been alive and looking for his family. The couple personally decided to drive James to Illinois where his family was, but they couldn't because James had warrants. Dawn went to the district court and explained the whole situation to a judge there who cleared James of all the warrants. Afterward, the three drove to Illinois where James was reunited with his family. Extreme Couponer feeds 30,000. If you have ever seen the show Extreme Couponing on TLC, then you know how insane some of the couponers are. The concept of the show is that people spend dozens of hours collecting coupons, and after researching and planning a trip to the grocery store, they are able to buy hundreds, sometimes thousands of dollars worth of things for an incredibly low price. Lauren Puryear is one of these people, but instead of using her couponing skills for herself, she has provided over 30,000 meals. Puryear's characteristic of generosity stems from her profession of being a mental health clinician. She also is very smart and boasts 2 master's degrees and a PhD. She also founded the organization For the Love of Others, but she was not able to feed everyone she wanted because of cost. From this, she used her intelligence, devotion, and unselfishness to coupon 30,000 free meals. At the time, she was 29, and her goal was to give away 30,000 meals by her 30th birthday. She eventually met that goal with flying colors, and hundreds of homeless people in New Jersey have her to thank. If you have a ton of extra time or are interested in couponing, it's really simple. And there are many resources you can use online to make your grocery trips successful. We hope you enjoyed this video. Tell us which one of these stories you thought was the most heartwarming. And if you liked the video, then click subscribe and turn on notifications so you'll be the first to know when a new video arrives. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.